Now the first step is finished. Now we are going to create a new page as add.php, add student.php, whatever it is, you can give any name. So in this page we are going to create a new form, it just says a small form to input data from the user side and insert that into the database. Okay, have just created a simple form here. Let's see how it looks. This is a simple form with name, grade and address, and I'll give an input type text type submit also, so we can create a submit button for this page, this form. Okay, but type submit. Okay, so it will be like this. Now let's see how this page looks from the front end. Copy it and paste it here, localhost. Yes, you can see we have given a heading insert student and name, grade and address, and a small submit button. So there is no functionality as there is no action tag here. Okay, so we will give an action tag there. How it looks, let's see. So we are going to submit the form into the same page itself, so you can put the action as to the same page. And now we have to declare the variable names which we are going to use. So the variable name is name, grade and address itself. Okay, so you can use like this. Now you have to assign it first to false, because it will create an index error if you are not initializing into a false, I mean some value. Okay, so now we can once this form is submitted, we have to receive that. So you can do like this. If the value is set, like if is set, so inside this you can give the variable name like this. Okay, now this if loop will check the form, I mean the form is has the value with the variable name as name. And now if it is set, you can write like you can receive that value into this variable like this. Okay, now same way I'm going to receive all the other two variables also. So it's like name and address is set, get as index address. Okay, now I'm going to print all these values in the same line like this. Let's see. Name, grade and address like this. Okay, now let's go to the page, and I'm going to write name as name1, name 1, grade 1 and address 1. Let's see, you can see it's getting printed here. So this is getting printed from this line of code. Okay, now we can call the database from this section and pass this variable into a query and add this value into the database. Okay, so if we need one more validation to confirm the variable is not a empty string, you can give an if loop here. So it will check if it's empty. So if the name is empty, you can just echo a message like and the name. Okay, and the name. Okay, and just check this validation, like if I'm just refreshing and just submitting a blank value, you can see it's coming enter name here, which means a blank value is entered, that's why. Okay, so same way we can have the same validation for all other variables also, like this here. If the grade is error, you can just give error, and if address is empty, you can enter empty address. Okay, so all these will again check the input value is an empty value. Okay, so we have a second level validation. Now we have to call the database connectivity. So calling database connectivity is a simple way. You can just write like require once, like this, and give the name of the configuration file. So this is our configuration file is dbconfig.php, call it, and just paste it here. Okay, once we from this line of code, we are successfully calling the database connectivity. Okay, now before going to call the query or a database query, we can check again if all the values are available, like this. Okay, so if we can check the name is empty or not, like this, and we have to check the address and name also. Okay, address and the grade also. Okay, if it's not empty only, we can call create an SQL query. Okay, so I'm going to create an SQL query like this: $SQL equal to, the query is insert into the table name. The table name is student, copy it, and just specify the column name. So the column name is name, then grade, then address, and we can have a dynamic values with question marks, like this. Okay, now we have to set the values for each variables here down. Okay, now prepare a statement like this: stm equal to MySQL I prepare, and we have to give the connection string there. Just copy this from here and paste it here, and pass our SQL query. Okay, now we have to set values for this so MySQL statement bind param. Okay, and then it's a MySQL I, and then statement, and just give like this. So you can see here, now we have to give the string types as string. So it's yes, 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 and then we have to set the values, 3 values. So first value is name, and the second value is grade, and third value is address. Okay, yes, that's all. Now to execute the statement, we can write like MySQL I stmt execute. Okay, now inside this, just pass our statement like this. Okay, yes, that's all. Now yeah, we can set this in an if else loop, so we can identify if the execution is correct or not. So if else, now inside this, just write like echo executed or added. I'm just giving added, and if it is failed, I'm writing it as failed. Okay, yes, that's all. Now let's go to our page, refresh this. I believe everything will work. Now let me, I'm submitting without any values. It will say the name, grade, and address. Now I am giving all these values, and if I'm just submitting, yes, it is giving me a message added, which means it is executed successfully. Let's go to database, inside the test database, and student table If I'm just refresh, you can see the value has been added. So now let me add some more values. So I am giving the name as JAA and the grade as 10 and the address as India, and just submitting the value. You can see that it should have added here. Okay, now yes, the first step of the CRUD creation is successfully completed, and now we can check for reading the data. Now as you can see, we are just returning to the add student page itself. Now once the student data is added, we can go back to index.php and get that all values from the database and show in the index.php itself. Okay, so let me write the code for that.